ourselves the comfortable couch company. We really could call ourselves America's Chesterfield company. There's really no other company here doing what we're doing with Chesterfields. Like all of our furniture, our Chesterfields are made in our little plant in Newton, North Carolina. We use a kiln-dried hardwood frame that's professionally engineered. We use a spring system called Soft Lugs from Leggett Platt. It's made right here in North Carolina, and we think it's the most durable and most comfortable spring system available on the market. Our cushions are a place we really think we separate ourselves from the big retailers and such. We use an ultracell foam core. It's a very high density foam that's then got a thin layer of oscillated foam, think like a very soft egg crate, and then a layer of down wrapped around that. It's a top of the line cushion. There's no upgrade needed from that. It's as good as it gets. All of our tufted pieces, like our Chesterfields, are made using time-honored upholstery standards. We use long stainless steel needles with some strong twine, and actually the upholsterer creates the folds or the pleats and then pulls the button through and ties it off on the back. It's the way tufting should be done. Some of our competitors, Restoration Hardware and the like, who are making their stuff in China, they aren't even really tufting their pieces. What they're doing is something called pre-tufting, where they actually sew the fabric to look like it's folded, and then they take a little nail with a button on it like this, push it through the front of it, put a plastic washer on the back, and call it tufting. I showed one of my upholsterers at the plant what they were doing, and he was shocked and then kind of angry. And he said, you know, that's cheating. And maybe it is. But that's not how we do it. We tuft the right way. Our classic Chesterfield is our flagship product. We make it in 3 depths. 38 inch is a very supportive, very comfortable sit, great for formal spaces, for maybe some of our older customers. And then we have the 46, really deep, 29 inch deep seat with a little bit of pitch we have in the back of our Chesterfield. It's a loungy piece of furniture. I mean, more to sit on than sit in. By far most popular depth is the 42 inch. That's the one we make sectionals in. That's what I'm sitting on here. It's a deep, ample, comfortable 25 inch seat. It's suitable for curling up on, reading a book, taking a nap, watching a football game. Great piece of furniture. One of the things that makes us unique with our Chesterfields is the range of sizes we can do. We came up with a kind of unique approach to this. What we do is we make our Chesterfields in 1 tuft increments, 5.5 inches. So we start at a chair and we go up in 5.5 inches all the way to a 12-foot couch. So you can really scale your Chesterfield to your space. Remember that the measurement of the Chesterfield is from the very outside of the arm, so maybe always think about going up 1 size from what you think you should get. Make sure you get enough couch. Oh, and you can choose whatever size, whatever number of seat cushions you want on that. 1 cushion, 2 cushion, 3 cushion. It's up to you. We also make our classic Chesterfield in sectional components, like the one I'm sitting on. We make it with a chaise. You can do a sofa chaise sectional in various lengths. You can do it with a square corner. You can do it with a radius corner wedge. Probably the best thing to do if you're thinking of doing a sectional is to measure your space, find out what size is optimal for you, and then give us a call and let us help you scale out a sectional that's both going to be functional and beautiful and fit your space. We know our furniture is not inexpensive, but we do think it offers a great value. One of the ways we provide that value is that we try to come up with variations using an existing frame rather than having to start each style from scratch. A great example of that would be our Soho Chesterfield. The Soho is the same frame as our classic Chesterfield, but instead of a 5.5 inch tuft, it's an 11 inch tuft. So we're just leaving off every other tuft. Obviously, it can only come in every other size, but the Soho Chesterfield gives you a more pillowy, more contemporary sort of vibe, I think, and is a super comfortable piece of furniture. Another variation of our classic Chesterfield is our Chelsea Chesterfield. That's our classic Chesterfield with a 5.5 inch tuft, but with the tufting on the seat as well, instead of seat cushions. Almost all of our styles start with a customer sending us a picture and saying, "Can you make me this?" And that's certainly true of some of our newer Chesterfield styles as well. One of our newest variations of our classic Chesterfield we're calling the traditional Chesterfield. It's the same couch in the same dimensions, same depths, but we're putting a deeper front rail on it, which allows it to give it a lower to the floor and more buttons on it sort of look. I think it's a really pretty couch. We recently added our English Chesterfield after a number of customers had asked us about making that style. It features a more flared arm, and then it curves through the corner, creating a sit that almost hugs you. It has a 23.5-inch deep seat, which is very, very comfortable. We're also going to be doing that as a sectional with a radius corner wedge that curves through the front. It's going to be a very sexy style. Our Lillington style has a dramatic reverse camelback with flared arms. Comes in sizes as big as 113 inches and down to a chair. Really beautiful Victorian piece. Weddington style, to which we have recently added a sectional, has similar flared arms but with a taller straight back across it. I think that's a really nice option for customers who want a Chesterfield but want a higher back. Our modern Chesterfield and Lenox Chesterfields combine contemporary elements with traditional Chesterfield styling and produce an exciting, updated look. The Lenox has a square tuft pattern, modern has a more traditional diamond pattern, but features tufting that goes all the way around to the outside of the arm. Our Eastover style marries the classic English arm style with a soft tufted back, 8-inch wide tuft pattern, very pillowy, very comfortable. We also make tufted benches in square, rectangle, and round shapes that make great coffee table substitutes in fabric or leather. Really nice complement to a Chesterfield. Our new field bench is a low-profile piece that can be used to break up open spaces, as a low seat in front of a window perhaps, or at the foot of a bed. Nails are an option on any of our Chesterfield styles. The standard pattern for most will be a smallish 5/8-inch nail run in a tight ribbon around the base and then up around the arm panel. The Hauser pattern uses a slightly larger nail, spaced 2 inches on center, which gives off a more contemporary vibe. It's my hope that by talking to you about our Chesterfields, we can help you make the decision process a little easier, to see the range of styles that we can do with the Chesterfield, to see some of the options that are available. Hopefully this will help you narrow it down. But in any case, we're always available. Just give us a call and we'd be happy to talk you through the various options, work with you to find the perfect fabric or leather to go on that style and make the Chesterfield of your dreams.